In this video, we'll explore the Fisher Roulette Strategy, a method that I've never explained before on my channel. The Fisher strategy is considered one of the safest ways to win at roulette, as it was designed specifically to reduce the risk of the martingale recovery system while retaining its benefits of recouping losses. I find this method very interesting, but it has a major flaw, and I have the solution to this problem. So today we'll take a detailed look at how this method works, test it out in practice, analyze its pros and cons, and finally, I'll reveal what this big problem is and what my solution is. Welcome to Ninja Gamblers, the best place to learn how to beat casinos. Here, you can find the latest tips and strategies for roulette, blackjack, poker, slots, and much more. If you want to stay ahead of the game and maximize your chances of making big wins at the casino, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. In the description of this video, you'll find links to our Instagram page and our Telegram channel. There, we share exclusive content that never makes it to YouTube. You'll also find a list of safe, licensed casinos we recommend in each country, along with a comparison of the free money bonuses they offer. Alright folks, today we're exploring a new method. This is another one of the historic methods for winning at roulette, alongside the various Fibonacci, D'Alembert, Labouchere and the like, though it's a bit less known. It's considered one of the safest methods alongside D'Alembert, as it specifically addresses the risks of immediate doubling in the martingale system, which we discussed in a recent video. Okay, so let's see what it's all about. Today, I'll demonstrate this strategy in practice in one of the online casinos on the list. What's on this list I'm talking about? Let me explain for those who are just joining us. The internet is full of unlicensed online casinos that pose significant risks and can lead to legal and financial issues. These casinos may be illegal, susceptible to fraud, and might host rigged games that can make you lose your money on purpose. Often located in tax havens, these casinos can vanish without a trace, leaving you with no way to get your money back. So, which casinos are reliable? We're experts in the field and have done the homework for you. We've put together a list of verified, licensed, and fair casinos for every country globally, accessible via the link in this video's description and the first pinned comment. These casinos are safe and some offer welcome bonuses like free cash or spins for new members. We have personally confirmed that each casino on our list is free of rigged games, and we update this list daily as we verify new ones. For our viewers in the USA, the legality of online casinos varies from state to state. Some states only permit social casinos. In the link in the description, you can see the best legal casinos for your state, or the top social casinos if you reside in a state where traditional online casinos are not yet legal. At the time of recording the game you're about to see, I was in Italy, playing at an Italian casino. So the game graphics you'll see are in Italian. Nonetheless, the gameplay remains the same whether you play in English with dollars, euros, pounds, or any other language or currency. Since euros, dollars, and British pounds have similar values, you can easily switch the amounts I'm playing with to your own currency. Alright, let's get started. So, the Fisher method is quite shrouded in mystery. It is said that Samuel Fisher, the creator of the method, owned a casino in London in the 19th century, but others claim he was a skilled roulette player. The mystery deepens with the publication of a book attributed to him in 1924, called The Sealed Book of Roulette and Trente et Quarante, where he details this method. There are countless variations of this method around, but today we'll look at the original, simplified version from Fisher himself, whoever he might be. In reality, it's quite a simple method to understand. First of all, today I'm starting with my usual balance of 100 euros and will use a base bet of 5 euros. If you change the base bet, I'd suggest keeping similar proportions. I'll place my base bet on a colour, let's say red. To keep things simple, I'll play only on one colour today, without changing. What we'll do initially is continue placing this bet, regardless of what happens. If it wins, great. If it loses, fine. But we always place the same bet until something specific happens, which I'll explain shortly. Alright, let's place our base bet. 5 euros on red, let's play. We won, so we made a profit of 5 euros, doubling our bet. Good, let's continue. Another 5 euros on red. This time we lost, but with the Fisher method, we keep going with the same bet. The only thing we do is keep track of how many consecutive losses we have. So far, we have 1. We'll continue like this, always placing the same bet and only counting the consecutive losses until we reach 4 consecutive losses in a row. Now I've won again, so my count of consecutive losses resets. Let's continue. Another €5 on red. Won again. Moving on. Lost. So now we're at 1 loss in our count. Let's see what happens, but in the meantime, we keep placing €5 on red. Won. So the loss count resets. Onwards. Won again. Another €5 on red, always the same. Lost. So the count is now at 1 loss. Won again, so the loss count resets to 0. Alright, we'll keep going like this until we have 4 consecutive losses. Meanwhile, as you can see, we're gradually winning because wins and losses naturally alternate. As long as we don't have many consecutive losses, which we haven't had so far, we're in the positive and making a profit. We've had 1 loss. Now 2 losses, so the count is at 2. Let's see what happens next. Won again, so the count resets to 0. Most of the time, this will be the case, and in these instances, we'll slowly make our profit. Even though we don't recover some losses, the wins should outnumber the losses since there aren't long losing streaks. Okay, we're back to 2 consecutive losses. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Won again. We're already at €120. Lost. Count is at 1. Lost again. Count is at 2. And won again. Okay, lost. Lost again, so we're at 2. Lost again, so we're at 3. 1 more and we trigger the second phase of the Fisher method. Here's the 4th consecutive loss. Alright, so when we hit 4 losses in a row, the Fisher method tells us to move to the second phase, which is to triple the bet. In this case, from €5, I'll bet €15 on the same colour. Since the colour hasn't come up 4 times in a row, it might have a higher chance of hitting now. If we win, we go back to the base bet, which is €5 for me. If we lose with this tripled bet, we'll keep betting €15 until we get back to the balance we had before tripling. Okay, let's do it. €15 on red. And we won. So, we made a total profit of €15, bringing our balance up to €110. Now, this means we haven't recovered everything. If you think about it, having lost €5 4 times in a row, I've lost €20, and now I've only recovered 15, but I've come very close. This is the philosophy of Fisher. Alright, since we won on the first try, we go back to the base bet, our €5. We lost, but the loss count is only at 1, so I go back to betting €5. Second loss, another €5. Ouch, 3rd loss right away. Just like that, we're back to 4 consecutive losses. Let's triple again. €15 on red. And we won again. Okay, as you can see, once again we recovered less than what we lost. We're actually back to €105, but we'll keep following the Fisher method strictly. Back to the base bet of €5. And we're back to winning. Lost, 1st consecutive loss. 2nd consecutive loss. 1 losses reset. 1st consecutive loss. 1 losses reset. Won again. So, got the hang of it. Essentially, the Fisher method lets us aim for wins during alternate win and loss periods, and if we get 4 losses in a row, we recover almost everything by tripling. If the losses have been significant, even during the ups and downs, or if we lose with the tripled bet, we keep the tripled bet until we get back to the desired balance. And if we lose with a tripled bet 4 times in a row, it's rare, but in those cases, we triple again. So, Fisher is a method that doesn't aim to recover every cent of losses, but strikes with a recovery to minimize losses only when they are substantial. Have you figured out the problem I see with the method? Mathematically, it's not that great for recovery. I don't recover everything when I triple, and if I alternate wins and losses for a long time without ever getting 4 consecutive losses, those losses will never be recovered. It's actually the original philosophy of the Fisher method. Ignore the small losses, let the game run its course. Intervene only if the losses are significant. So it's a much less aggressive method, more relaxed, not trying to win at all costs, meaning there's a higher risk of not making much profit in the short term. However, in the long term, it has a much lower risk of making huge, risky doubles, unlike the martingale. Okay, meanwhile, I've reached €130, making a €30 profit in about 6 minutes of play. This is much less than what a martingale or Fibonacci could make in the short term, because it's a much more relaxed method that doesn't try to recover every loss and win every round, but rather aims to minimize large losses. So, conclusions. I believe it's a useful method for those who don't want to risk too much and prefer to play calmly, without making too many heavy bets, a bit like D'Alembert. Of course, unlike D'Alembert, here we do have the doublings, actually a nice tripling to recover, which, true, happens very rarely, especially needing to triple a second time, but it's always important to keep that in mind. Personally, between Fisher and D'Alembert, I might prefer D'Alembert, as it maintains the quality of being a less risky method without the need for various multiplications. Anyway, I promised you a solution to the problem with this Fisher method, which doesn't recover anything. Well, there's actually a variation that allows for a more aggressive approach to recover everything lost, with profit, once you start tripling. It's called the aggressive Fisher method. We'll cover it in the next video, which will be out exactly 1 week from now. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications if you haven't already, so you don't miss it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I try to respond to everyone. I remind you that in the link in the description, you can find a list of safe and certified online casinos in your country and in each US state. I recommend using certified casinos if you want peace of mind and to avoid scams, rigged games, or even playing in illegal casinos in your country and having trouble with the law. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you soon, ninjas.